Good evening, lovely people. I can't really see anything. The sun's come out. The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray. It's been bloody boiling today. It is Thursday evening. Love and hugs, people. Love and hugs. And I've been shopping. One replacement, one spare, and one spare for Neil at Cycling Labs. As I was picking them up, as I was collecting them, I thought I'd get three, but I only had three on the shelf, funny enough. So yeah, so that's the job for this evening. I think it's about 7 o'clock. So just looking at some of the damage. Most of the damage, a little bit of damage, nothing too much, but I was thinking of changing the tape anyway, and obviously I am now. So, but yeah, so the bike seems to be okay other than that. Hopefully that's nothing there, because that saddle's expensive. So job for me now is to give it a clean, take the wheel off, take the broken hanger off, and swap it round and give it clean. Alright, so I'm not going to go through all that with you. I will show you bits and pieces, but here's a little bit on last night's ride. Without the crash, I turned the camera off probably 30 seconds beforehand. Just turned the camera off, and yeah, so but we'll talk about that in a bit. All right, cheers. Well, that ended very abruptly. Reminder to make sure that I order two hangers, rear mech hangers. Kept meaning to order one, and today would have been great. Anyway, so what happened? Stupid. So we're riding down a two-way path, or a path with a bit of a fence, and I kind of noticed that there was on the other side of the fence there was a skateboarder. Not him though. And literally, he's obviously skateboarding, doing a trick. He went arse over tit. Well, his board didn't. His board come straight under the fence. Guess where? I didn't have any time to react whatsoever. So, yeah. So, landed on the ground, breaking the bloody rear mech hanger. And hopefully that's all the damage is. To be fair, Neil's gone off to get the car and come pick me up. We were at California Country Park, so that was that. It was lovely. We were having so much fun. So much fun. Pity, really. Pity. Still, I did 20 miles. Neil only got 7 in. I think he's going to do another 4 getting home to get his car. Anyway, rear mech hanger, people, have a spare on you. I know we could have probably, I might carry a bloody splitter as well. It's not worth having a splitter, having a chain. I don't know what they call them. Split, I can't remember. And then not being able to bloody use it. So I might carry one of those around with me as well next time. Anyway. But luckily enough, we were going some. Must have been going some. Because I couldn't react. I just rode over it. It was just there in front of me. I think Neil moved out of the way, he managed to miss it. And the bloody thing was just, I didn't have time to react. There it was. And the front wheel just went. And obviously my knee was the first thing to bloody hit the ground. There you go. So, moral of the story was, after I'd sat down for a little while, I could have actually ridden a bike, but I didn't have this. Put a spare one in your bag, guys. Put a spare one in your bag. Been meaning to get hold of one of these, but every time I looked on, there's a website, rearmechhangers.com. There was always 2 of these and I never knew which one to get. But anyway, now I've got some spare, which is cool. I'm going to give the bike a clean and we'll go from there. chain left to do now, and then that's it, job done. That's sitting in there. Yeah, so I'm not going to bore you with that, cleaning the chain. It's in white spirits at the moment. I'll clean that out with a bit of white spirits. I'll then give it a bit of a brush with some of my drivetrain cleaner, let it dry, and then I'll put the squirt on, because the squirt, after the other day from riding in the rain back from Nils after we'd done the first gravel ride, I have to say, I just chucked it in the shed, and I rode it yesterday straight out of the shed. I looked at it and I thought actually it was just a bit mucky from the dust, but there was no rust on the chain. So as you can see, there's a couple of funny looking bits, but nothing too bad. If you look at it, you'd have expected to see a lot of rust, but there's none. So there you go. So yeah, just a bit of a, I was a bit annoyed with myself, just to finish off, boring you to tears now. Just to finish off, I was a bit annoyed with myself due to the fact that when I had the accident, the kid on the skateboard obviously was very apologetic, but first thing he's trying to pull me off the ground. So I was already hooked up to the bike still, and obviously I didn't know what the damage was to me, so I was trying to get my head around the fact that I just hit the ground and what was broken, and if anything was broken. And he was very apologetic, but I'm annoyed with myself because he's a kid at the end of the day. He was a teenager, you know. So I wasn't angry with him, but then I wasn't anything with him, to be honest, which annoyed me a bit. I was a bit gutted last night with myself, because at the end of the day he was just doing what he was doing. You know, there are things that it could have been another kid on a bike, could have been worse, but at the end of the day my actions speak a lot, don't they? So but I wasn't angry with him. I was just nothing really. Problem is I don't even think I looked at him, so I wouldn't even recognize him if I saw him again, which is a pity, because I was more worried about once I was all right, it was about the bike, what was wrong with the bike and how much it was going to cost me, which was silly. But anyway, so you know, it's difficult to think straight in these situations anyway, so I'm kicking myself a bit because of it, because I'm just annoyed with myself, because, you know, hopefully we bump into him again, Neil, at Cycling Labs, and we can at least sort of say that I was all right, and in the end it's cost me 20 quid and some bar tape that I was probably going to change anyway at some point, because I don't like the bars. But anyway, that's another story. Hope you enjoyed. There's not much to it, to be honest. I'm fine. So at the moment the knee is patched up. It's a bit rubbish, but kind of going for the wet heel, trying not to scar up my leg as I did in 2015, as you can see all that there. In fact, it doesn't look, when it was swollen, I'll put a picture up now. Because I keep these sort of pictures. All right, anyway, thank you to all my subscribers. Got a few new ones, thank you very much. My channel's not for everybody, I appreciate that. So it's if you can see through that, I do try and bring you some sort of cycling content anyway. Hope you enjoyed a bit of the gravel at the start, so I filmed a bit and a different bit of an angle. I haven't even seen it yet, so hopefully that was good. And yeah, hopefully I'm gonna quickly finish the bike off and hopefully just go out up and down the road, see if my knee's all right, so I can get back out on the bike tomorrow, hopefully. All right, anyway, lots of love, people. Don't forget, give us a sub, keep an eye on how I'm doing, and yeah, here's my last gravel ride, all right, or my first gravel ride of 2020. All right, and there's going to be more. Catch you in a bit. Lots of love. Take care. See you on the road very soon.